Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-December 2021. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get this show on the road, my friends. We're going to start off with a couple of oracle cards here, just to take a little test of the energy. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Sagittarius collective in their season? Please and thank you. And yeah, we're just going to look at these cards real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And as always, at the end, I'm going to pull you a bonus spread with the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what type of shadow work you might want to lean into in the coming days and weeks. And those have been interesting. So there's much for you to think about and consider. Let's get these first couple of cards out. And while we do, I would just like to wish every single Sagittarius out there a most very happy birthday from me to you, because it is still Sagittarius season. Okay, so we have this spiritual guidance card showing up right here in the front. Walking a spiritual path. Maybe you feel like you're on a mission of some kind. Let's get one more out here. Okay, you might have a lot on your mind with this second card as well. I don't feel like either of these cards are inherently negative. Now, before we fully dive into this reading itself, Sagittarius, if you're new here, I'm going to be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. But to everybody else, I started a brand new Twitter account. If you'd like to go link up with me over there, the handle is @KyleofCups, so you know what to do if you're active on Twitter. But let's get into this reading here. You see this person, there's the white birds, and emblematically and symbolically, white birds represent spirit. It's a very angelic type of energy. It could be guides, ancestors, anything that's of the light. Now notice that they're carrying this individual along on strings. So I always think of a spiritual journey, walking a very specific path. Spirit might be guiding you in a certain direction. It could also be spiritual protection, of course, because they're literally linked here by the cords, okay? So even if you don't know it, even if you don't feel it, this could be your spirit team around you assisting you in this time, which is good. Now, moving over to the next card, we have this lady who has all sorts of creative things on her head. She has instruments and different types of art, so you might be feeling a little more creative than usual. But this person literally has a lot on their mind. So at this time, what's going on around the world today, or even your personal life, you could just have a lot going on your mind. You could be very thought heavy in this time. So do with that what you will. This could even tell us that creative expression could really ease that. Like if you do have a lot on your mind, creating things could ease that. We're going to get into tarot now. We're going to get you 3 in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify. So let's shuffle it up one time for the beautiful Sagittarius collective here. See what we have for my friends, please, my guys. Now, last week's reading was titled Avoid Their Drama, so I hope none of you have been having any sort of drama, specifically that of the group kind. Okay, but we're hoping for a more positive result this week. We're hoping for some positive energy in your season, my friends. Let's see what we have for Sagittarius. But yeah, that was the whole name of the game with that reading. Like 2 of the 3 alignments were all about trying to avoid other people's stuff. So hopefully not a lot has been going on in that arena. Okay, position number 1, we have our good friend, the Emperor. Love that card. Let's get 2 more. Emperor gets a bad reputation sometimes, but we'll talk about it. Wow, the sun showing up right in the center. Saggy, we might be having a big energy shift here from last week, that's for sure. Very powerful. Very powerful. Okay, we got the 2 of Swords here on the back end, so there might be some mystery around. Hopefully that's not any confusion, but we're going to talk about these one by one. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get the juicier intuitive stuff. So leading off this reading with the Emperor and the Sun, that is very powerful, divine masculine type of energy, of movement, get up and go, a lot of motivation. I love it. So the Emperor, if this doesn't represent an Aries in your life, could be older father figures, older male figures even. If it's not that, he's that divine counterpart to the Empress, okay? It could speak about control, whether it's you trying to put control on a situation, put control on yourself. It's a shot caller type of energy, very similar to the King of Wands type of vibe here. So we're going to have to see what that's about. In its good sense, this is somebody making the right plans, making the right moves. He's like a combination of all the kings in the deck in one. So it's a good card. In its negative, it could be somebody who's a little too controlling. Now, moving to the center, we have the Sun card. That's the most positive card in the whole entire tarot deck. This could be a prominent Leo in your life. Interesting that this is a Sagittarius reading. We have a card that represents Aries. We have another card that represents Leo showing up right here. So very fiery in nature thus far. So I want to see how that plays out when we clarify. But this, once again, the most positive card. It could be that light, life, love, abundance, truth, honesty. Aside from themes like that, this could be an energy of revelation, which is very interesting because right next to it, we have the Two of Swords. Something coming to light. Whether that's a realization you're having or you finding something out, that could absolutely be that. Now, the Two of Swords, all twos in tarot represent crossroads. They could represent decisions, a fork in the road. This one in specific could be some sort of like confusion or indecision, pardon me. But since this person is always hoodwinked, I always think of mystery, the unexpected, surprises. So I want to see what that represents when we get down into the clarifiers. Interesting, like I said, that the card of revelation, the sun, is right next to this card of mystery. So some things could be coming to light. But with all that being said, we're going to dive deeper now. We're going to jump in and clarify. So let's shuffle it up one time here for the beautiful Sagittarius collective. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for Saggy? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot because, as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. We're going to start in on this Emperor here. And as always, if you read tarot yourself, that's why this box is here. You could play along. Feel free to drop any messages you're feeling down below. I do not mind at all because there are limitless ways that we can interpret these cards. So let's see what's up with this Emperor. What's this Emperor here for, please? Four of Wands, another Aries energy type of card. That is extreme happiness and abundance and a solid celebratory type of energy. And the way this is feeling intuitively, like if you look at the images, we have this version of the Emperor like with his arms wide open, like he's in some sort of celebration. There might be something really good coming your way. This is a reason or a cause for celebration. Now, obviously, some of you might be celebrating your birthday, but I'm getting a different vibe here because the Four of Wands, the 1111 card, the universe looking out for you. We had the spiritual guidance since the very beginning. You might be receiving omens, positive signs from the universe as well with this Four of Wands, the 1111 card. Something really good could be coming in though. Okay, now aside from family situations that we see with this Four of Wands, this is just an extremely positive omen overall. With this divine masculine Aries type of energy, it's very good. The beginning of a nice new cycle, right? Because we all know Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. Both of these cards starting off this reading, a very good cycle could be coming in for you. This could be a change for the better or just some sort of win, victory, or triumph. We're going to go in on the sun because I absolutely want to keep making my way over in this spread because we have that mystery on the back end. Let's fix these cards up for you, my friends, so you could see all the things. So why is the sun here? Why is the sun here for Saggy? Thank you. Beautiful. Okay, we got the Wheel of Fortune in the upright under the sun. I mean, this is really turning into a completely opposite reading than we had last week, that's for sure. This is probably one of the most positive readings and feelings that I've had for Sagittarius in quite a long time. Now, you know, the wheel is an extremely karmic type of card. It could talk about the karmic wheel of life, the cycles, but it is an omen of good luck. So when we combine the sun with the wheel, all the adjectives I was speaking about before, the celebration, the celebratory vibes, this goodness right here in the middle, like the universe and spirit might be moving things around and things could really start going your way. This is a reason to be optimistic and happy. Something great could be coming. I mean, I don't know what other way to word it. When we have the sun and the Wheel of Fortune, it could be, once again, a change for the better or a brand new good cycle coming in. But I would be extremely excited over these first two alignments for sure. Now, I want to get into this Two of Swords with the mystery and stuff we were speaking about, but this is an extremely exciting type of energy I'm feeling in this reading. So I would be pretty optimistic if I were a Sagittarius. We're going to see what's going on here with that Two of Swords. Now, I don't know what you're watching this for, Saggy, whether it's just entertainment, romance, work, maybe you just like watching tarot, but these energies are really good. We're going to see what's up with that Two of Swords, though. Where's the Two of Swords here for my Sagittarius friends? And then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow work. So Where's the Two of Swords here? I feel like I need to give it another little shuffle. I'll shake the jingle bells while I do it. Where's the Two of Swords here? Thank you. I mean, yeah, Seven of Pentacles under the Two of Swords. And I got a similar thing in the Aries reading. Once again, this is a card of karma. So karmic rewards, getting payment for the things you've been through, all the good you may have done. For some people, karma swings the other way, but that's not the vibe I'm feeling here right now. Seven of Pentacles is all about patience. And in the Aries reading also, like I was just alluding to, it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. Whatever you're watching this for. So are things going to improve? It's not if they're going to improve, it's when. Is something really amazing and good coming down the pipeline for a lot of the Sagittarius collective? It's not an if, it's a when. That's the vibe. Even if you don't know how something's going to come together, if you don't know how something's going to shake out, or you're going to do this, or you're going to manage that, everything's going to be okay. Patience will be rewarded. If you're planting the right seeds, you can reap that harvest. Overall, this is probably one of the best readings I've done for Sagittarius that I can even remember right now. So this is extremely exciting overall, Saggy. I'm serious. Okay, and this could be somebody's patience being rewarded unexpectedly. Like I said, this is a card of mystery here. So an unexpected reward or a win of some kind right here on the back end. Beautiful. So the big karmic underties in this whole spread. Let's go through and do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow work. As I've said multiple times already, super positive reading this week, Sagittarius. But if you kindly look down in the box, position number 1, we have the Emperor with the Four of Wands, the 1111 card. Universe might be trying to speak to you. Cause for celebration, taking control of certain things and seeing the rewards of that. Since both of these have Aries attached to it, I said that this could be some sort of new cycle kicking in for you, or whatever new cycle of life you're moving into being really nice. Celebratory. Moving to the center, we have one of the best alignments there can be had in tarot. We have the Sun with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, positive omens, good omens, spirit, moving things along. Sure, it could speak about the cycles of life once again. But when we couple these cards, it's an exciting type of energy. It's an amazing, beautiful type of vibe, okay? I can't tell you what every single Sagittarius is going through, but if you're going through tough times, this might bode very well for the coming days and weeks. Also, depending on what your other placements are. This is really good, though. Moving to the very back end, we got the Two of Swords with the Seven of Pentacles. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. Not knowing how something's going to shake out, not knowing how this is going to happen or how you're going to accomplish this or that. Doesn't matter. If you've been putting the right things forth, the universe can and will reward you. This is an energy of somebody's patience being rewarded and hard work being rewarded. So please, Sag, take a screenshot of that. This beautiful spread if you want to do further research on it, because it's making me happy to read it. That's probably one of the better readings I've done this week for sure. But we're going to get into the Shadowland Tarot now. We're going to do a quick little gear shift here and see what type of shadow work you might want to lean into. And as I tell every sign, we're going to be looking at the darker underbelly of these cards, because especially with this deck, when we're doing shadow work, it was illustrated in a darker way, so it forces us to look at that, and that's okay, because when we do shadow work, we want to just go head on, confront it, and see what's up. Only take it if it applies, of course. Let's get 3 here. What shadows does Sag need to look into in this time? Okay, 3 cups. I mean, even the shadow work cards are coming out as positive ones. We will look at the darker side of that. Still, I would caution you to beware of group situations with that 3 of Cups there, that's for sure. We got the Knight of Wands, that could represent you. Let's get one more. Interesting stuff, Saggy. Yeah, you might want to don't be too spontaneous in this time when we have the Knight of Wands. And we got the Queen of Cups. Okay, so we have 2 individuals, 2 people figures showing up here in the shadows. So let's talk about these one by one. And once again, we're looking at the rougher sides of these cards. When we see the 3 of Cups, yes, that's usually a celebratory card as well. But this might be someone who's celebrating a little too much. Sure, it could be dicey group situations, so beware of any types of groups in this time. But this might be someone who's partying a little too much, celebrating a little too much. So beware of those types of energies, whether that's something that you've had issues with in the past, something that's currently going on. Try your best not to overindulge in things too much in this time, because you could just be in that mode like, all right, bring it, whatever it might be, okay? And yeah, the group thing I was speaking about, it's the partier. That's that energy of someone who's a partier, especially linked up with this Knight of Wands. Now, as I already said, this doesn't have to be you. This could be somebody else you're linked with that's just party, party, party. But the Knight of Wands is always in action, always in movement, always on the go. So try your best not to be too spontaneous. Maybe you've done things without properly thinking them through in the past. That's what this Knight could represent. Maybe you need to heal that. Maybe you need to try to understand why you may have done things without properly thinking them through. But this is action-based, and moving into the Queen of Cups with the Three of Cups here, a lot of emotional stuff you might want to take a look at in this time because emotions do run deep. Now, Queen of Cups here, if it's not a water sign or a mother figure that's left a scar on you, this is a card of somebody who's holding something in a little too long. So there might be something you're wanting to get off your chest, whether it's a feeling, whether it's a conversation with somebody. It might be beneficial for you to open up and let somebody hear what you're feeling. That's what this card represents to me, if it doesn't represent an individual. So that could do a lot of healing for you in this time, venting. Venting is a good thing. So, Saggy, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. For the December subscriber surprise, I'm switching it up a little bit. It's going to be winner's choice. So I will be picking 3 lucky subscribers to have their choice of either a copy of the Tarot of Dreams or a free personal reading with myself. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are at this point. And second, let me know down in the comments, when you're watching or doing a reading, what card makes you happy when you see it come out. Could be any card. And at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab as usual, my friends. Much love to you, and I'll see you next time.